Hello everyone, and welcome to the unveiling of the Hertshten Group Formula for Success. What follows is a culmination of 6 months of hard work, of deliberations, of discussions, of consultations, with you, by you, and what the final outcome is essentially our culture, defined in art and hopefully lived every day. We went through a whole process of interviewing quite a few people. We had 3,000 different inputs onto the website from all of you, from each branch all over the world. These were then distilled and made into a checklist, essentially. We then went through a series of voting, a first vote and then a second vote. And the culmination of those votes are essentially the definitions of the icons that we're about to reveal. The icons themselves are the artwork. They are the EQ side. The definitions are the IQ side. But as you know, in this business, you have to have both. It's the EQ and the IQ. And the EQ is the artwork. And again, we asked you, the creative members of Hertshten Group, to come up with ideas. How could we depict patience? How could we depict professionalism? All these things that we had defined, which in words certainly mean something. But when you look at the icon, when you look at the artwork, it speaks to you at a different level. It speaks to you at your gut. And I think as people in this industry, we understand that the gut is just as important as the brain. So that's where we started. Today is, to coin Winston Churchill's phrase, the end of the beginning. We're now launching the formula. The formula for success, the icons and definitions that depict the 10 things that we feel together, collectively, we need to do to be successful as individuals, to be successful as branches, to be successful as a company. And those 10 things that we absolutely must not do, we must avoid. They're things that we're easily slipped into. They're things that we can do because we're human, but we have to try and eliminate them. And what we've defined in art are those 10 top line and 10 bottom line icons, which define together Hertshten Group and its culture. And I have to reiterate, these are the values that we want to live by. These are the things that make our company unique. I hope you will feel that they're also the things that make our company such a wonderful place to work. This industry, as we constantly tell you and we tell ourselves, is probably the toughest industry in the financial markets. But it's that toughness that makes them so moorish, that makes you come back to work every day, that makes you look forward to Monday. So each of these icons, you must look at them. At first, they'll seem a little unfamiliar, but as you get to know them, as you get to walk past them every day as you come to your place of work, you'll gradually get, and they'll absorb into your bloodstream. You'll understand what it means. The video that we're about to show you is an animation of the formula. This formula will be displayed in each office in a prominent position, as I said, so that when you walk to your desk, you will walk past it. It will be a reminder of what our culture is. Once we've unveiled, we will also post on Pulse the dictionary definitions. These I would really encourage you to take time and read and to absorb and to understand, because each one has been carefully thought through. You will see, for instance, that being professional is something that we value extremely highly as a group. But what does that mean? It can mean lots of different things to lots of different companies. We've tried to define in 5 one-line definitions exactly what being professional means in a Hertshten Group context. So that's how you must look at each of the definitions. They are specific to us. They're not something that you would find in the Oxford Dictionary or another dictionary. They define our values and our definitions. Once the unveiling has taken place, we will proceed, probably within the next week, with a vote. Now, the vote will be essentially to put a benchmark down as to where we are. How are we living by the values and the culture that we have indicated are what our formula for success define? Every 3 or 4 months, we will then have a further vote. Each of you will be asked and indeed encouraged to vote. The vote will be anonymous, so that I won't know, Guidon won't know, your manager won't know how you voted. It's a way for you to give feedback, but rather than give feedback in a non-specific way, this will be feedback about the specific things that we feel collectively are important for the group. The results will be published, they'll be shared, and really they will act as a management tool and a communication tool to ensure that we progress. The whole basis of this exercise is success has been built on our unique culture, and we want to continue that success, and we want to make sure that that culture lives on, so that people who are here today, people who will join us in the future, will understand what it takes to succeed in this business and with us, and will live by those values. So, welcome to the launch. Thank you very much for all your participation over the past 6 months, and I really hope that you will enjoy the formula and live by our values. Thank you very much. We will now run through the icons and definitions one by one. This icon depicts being professional, that we have defined together as acting with honesty and playing by the rules, earning the respect of your colleagues, striving for excellence, understanding the global context, and doing the hard things first. This icon depicts patience. We've defined this as respecting and accepting the learning curve, managing your expectations, giving people the chance to learn, not trying to run before you can walk, and being resilient. This icon represents meritocracy, as defined by recognizing and rewarding achievement, creating a fair and level playing field, treating everyone as equals, earning more than your boss, and no politics or patronage. This icon depicts grit, which is defined as having a relentless drive to succeed, possessing a steely determination, being mentally tough, being the best you can be, and having staying power. This icon depicts creativity. That means being the pioneer, having an entrepreneurial spirit, looking for competitive advantage, doing it differently, and being open to new ideas. This icon is about having the right people, recruiting the right talent, recruiting people we want to work with, recruiting people we trust, allowing people to learn from their mistakes, and having smart minds and the right attitude. This icon depicts belief. It's believing in yourself, having the confidence to pull the trigger, showing strength of character, believing it can be done, and believing in the ability of youth. Here we show respect. And that means respecting the opportunity, respecting the competition, respecting the group, respecting your colleagues, and respecting your potential. Discipline means managing your time, energy, and emotions, having a strong work ethic, focusing on what you are best at, putting 100% effort, and having strong risk and money management. Trust. You must trust your gut. You must take ownership and be accountable. We must allow independence of action. We must delegate with confidence. And we must make sure that our interests are aligned. We now come to the first of the bottom line icons, negative atmosphere. This means really contaminating the environment, showing frustration with colleagues or the market, thinking this can't be done, thinking it used to be easier, or being pessimistic. Playing too safe. It means fearing failure, seeing this as a job, not an opportunity. Having insufficient risk appetite, feeling excessively insecure, and just waiting for too much confirmation. Short-term thinking, focusing on the short term, not the long term. Being blind to the bigger picture, unwilling to take a step back for 2 steps forward. Setting time-based targets for yourself, or just a lack of planning. Complacency, living in a comfort zone, living on past success, ignoring changes in the market, ceasing to innovate, and just getting stuck in a rut. This depicts egos and arrogance, not showing humility in success, not admitting you're wrong, being overconfident, believing it's all because of me, or saying, do it because I said so. Here we depict lack of flexibility, saying, we've always done it like this, being unwilling or unable to adapt, waiting for the market to come back, resisting change, just not developing new strategies. Poor management, demanding rather than earning respect, being inconsistent or discriminating, promising things you can't deliver, treating staff as assets, not people, and micromanaging. Here we show a loss of focus, feeling that the grass is greener elsewhere, not extracting the maximum you can, using the wrong performance benchmark, allowing too many distractions, and overstretching our resources. Demotivated people means not having faith in the organisation, getting bored with the routine, limiting growth opportunities, poor decision making, and just generally being disengaged. work-life imbalance. It's not building support from your family, not looking after your health, not finding the time to unwind, and allowing stress to build up, and not having a good routine.